What's up YouTube and welcome back to another episode of Racing Master. In this episode I will show you how I was able to actually improve my drifting skills, what kind of advice I can give you based on this, and why is drifting actually so important. Because drifting, after playing a couple of days of Racing Master, I can tell you drifting is one of the most important tools and one of the most important skills you need to improve in Racing Master. Then again, if you're using, what kind of steering options you're using is up to you. Obviously, if you have a lot of issues with the current setup, you might use the buttons or you want to use the gyroscope. You decide it yourself, but you should figure that one out. That is very important, what kind of steering setup you're using. Right now I'm using the buttons, the touch buttons, but I'm very interested and curious to see if a mobile gaming controller would actually work with Racing Master, because then I would definitely go for it and try a mobile gaming controller. But again, you need to figure it out yourself. Let me know down below, what do you prefer? What kind of steering option do you prefer? Would love to hear and why actually, and why do you do that? So, however, let's talk about drifting. So, drifting can be very different depending on the car. In the beginning, you will many times actually stick to your very first car, which many times might be the Ford Focus RS. But here I just want to show you quickly an example of the Ford GT. The faster the car, the more difficult it can be, because the more you can oversteer, and it's more difficult to handle this. The faster cars than to handle actually the medium or the slower cars, let's say like this. This is actually an example of a perfect start, but here you see difficulties I have, like to handle the power of the Ford GT, and this will actually end up in me having really bad lap times. So, however, this is just about that. Let's go back to the Ford Focus RS, and here I want to show you a perfect example when you, for example, have like those double turns. Sometimes you will have a wide turn, so you have like one turn and right after that you have another turn. So you could, if you do it perfectly, your goal should be to take this turn with one smooth drift. And here I'm showing you now how it's not to be done. Even though I actually take this turn with one drift. But the issue is that I take too much speed. Controlling your speed is very important, so you should go off the acceleration a little bit earlier here, because you see, I'm drifting out. I'm drifting too far out in this situation, and this is something you want to avoid by all costs. Because even though you, he's telling me it's a success, and even though you finish the drift and you do a smooth drift, it's still not a good drift because you get overtaken. Then another mistake what many people are doing, and what I did many times as well, is to oversteer. So let's see this example. I'm taking this drift again a little bit better. Here I'm actually doing well, and then I oversteer, and I'm getting a bit anxious going left and right and hit the wall there. Actually running not a bad time in the end. But imagine doing a smooth drift and then running a good time. Because of this oversteering, you might run into the edge of the. You're gonna tap that wall, and you definitely want to avoid that. So now I'm going to show you how it is being done. So we go off here. You see here actually how I'm accelerating, but I will stop accelerating right here, a little bit before that drifting curve or drifting icon. And then it's a perfectly smooth drift, and this is exactly what you want to do. Go a little bit before the drift icon or this drift marker, this little this little icon which is showing there. Stop accelerating, use your handbrake, don't oversteer, smoothly. It is difficult with definitely a touchpad, I must say, so that's why I'm very excited to actually use a mobile gaming controller if that is even possible. So here we go. This is what you want to achieve later. Just smoothly going through the turns. Try to stay on the line. Stop accelerating now and then. It's not always about who brakes is losing. Absolutely not. In Racing Master, you need to master your car. You need to master all the skills in order to actually master all the races. It's not only about pushing like the pedal to the metal. No, you should definitely master the braking and the art of stopping to accelerate as well. So I hope this little tutorial helped you a little bit. If you have more questions for Racing Master, please down below in the comment section. I want to hear all the questions. We will definitely pick up more tutorials, create more. And if you want to keep seeing Racing Master, don't forget to slap that like button, and I would love to invite you to subscribe, and see you again, and bye bye.